Well, good evening, fam. This is your brother G Hightower coming in on this Sunday night. And again, first day of March 2026. And tonight, family, I want to talk to those of us who have declared that 2026 is our year. And now we're in the last month of the first quarter. I want to encourage you now. Listen, don't get discouraged. I know certain things haven't happened yet. Yes, you've gotten into a better position. Yes, you might have moved to a different place. You might have gotten a new car. You might have got that promotion, all the things, right? But for many of us, everything seems to be working well except our love life. Hamburger. Listen, I get it. I understand. I really do. Listen, I came tonight, family, to encourage a few of us just to really kind of shed light on some areas because for those of us who haven't dated in a long time, if you haven't been in a relationship in a long time, now I'm not talking about just out there randomly dating, because I know some people who are serial daters. So there is that. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I just mean that some people just enjoy going out on dates with no real intentions of having something that's long term. I know there's a lot of women and men who believe in multiple dating at the same time. You won't be dating me, and I'm just a part of the roster. And while I do believe and I teach and I live by this principle that dating is for discovery, I firmly believe that you can't really be discovering more than one person at a time. I know a lot of people, especially women, pride themselves on being able to multitask. And so a lot of women believe in multi dating. If you're going to date me and we're in this process of discovering each other to see if this is something real, listen, you might be dating that guy, but after we get past two or three dates, and me stating my intentions and me showing up and me get demonstrating consistency, then you're gonna have to do that too, my sister. And if you're not, it's totally cool. We'll just separate and be friends. I'll put you in a friendship zone and you can keep on dating your roster. And all of the multitudinous men you're juggling, you can do that. I just won't be a part of that process. And brothers, I'm saying the same thing for us. I know a lot of men who are juggling multiple sisters. They got different women and different area codes and all that kind of stuff. That's cool. But at some point, brothers, if you really desire a quality woman who's going to be a wife, you're going to have to devote your focus to one woman. Listen, when I was at the Department of Defense, we had one of the banners we had on the walls. We had a whole bunch of different motivational banners on our walls. And one of the banners we had on the wall was a Chinese proverb. Hey, Dr. CC, good to see you. It was a Chinese proverb that says, if you attempt to catch two rabbits at the same time, you'll catch neither. I want you to really think about that for all of you who believe in multi dating and serial dating and all of that. But listen, what I'm going to get into tonight, family, I'm sharing with you three love nuggets tonight. Normally, I give you a little bit more than that, but the hour is late and I am learning to discipline myself to go to bed a bit earlier rather than my normal 1 o'clock or 2 a.m. Bedtime. So tonight, I'm going to give you three things, family, three things that may be keeping you from real love. All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Dr. CC. I appreciate you. So listen, um, thank you. That's my sweetheart right there. Um, there's some barriers, family, that they're either self-imposed or they are barriers to intimate connections where there's just things that we haven't unlearned. They're habits that we formed over the years, and it has created barriers. It's created walls. Hey, Lady Geraldine, thanks for coming in. La Mercia, good to see you, my sister. Um, and so, what I want to delve in tonight, family, is really just kind of shed some light on some of these barriers that are self imposed or things that we're just not aware of. Because one of the greatest things that we all can do for ourselves is get to a place of emotional wholeness. I call it doing the soul work so that your soul is ready for your soul mate. If your soul is not healed, you ain't going to be ready. You could desire it. You might have the money. You might have the place, your dream house, condo, townhouse, penthouse, whatever. You might have your dream car and everything is going well in your life. But if your soul is not whole, you ain't ready for your soulmate. Let me tell y'all something up in here tonight. Listen, there is a level of preparation that goes into the process of being positioned and being ready for that awesome connection with your soulmate. You got to be ready for it. And readiness is not just about financial fluidity or stability. Readiness is based on who you are on the inside, not all the wonderful things you have going on the outside. I know some wonderful people in terms of their financial status, their spiritual positioning in the kingdom of God, things that they do professionally, things they're doing in the community, all of the things. But on the inside, on an emotional level, they're just not ready. Their level of emotional availability is nil. So, and this is what it takes. You got to show up in a relationship. You can't just show up materially or show up financially. You got to show up emotionally. Hello, somebody. Can I get y'all to drop two words in the chat? Emotional availability. Emotional availability. Yeah, you got to be emotionally available, right? I hear women all over the world crying out, we need men who are emotionally intelligent. And that's a good thing and necessary. Although I would argue that more men than you think, ladies, are emotionally intelligent. What you really need is men who are emotionally available, men who are willing to avail themselves. This is what I call, Lady Geraldine, I call it emotional nakedness. Because see, when women are asking men to be vulnerable, that ain't something we gonna do. Not real brothers, not real masculine men. We ain't gonna be. Not gonna make ourselves vulnerable, because by definition, the word vulnerable means that you want me to be open and susceptible to attack. How can I operate in the position, Dr. CC, that God called me to be in your life, to be a protector? How can I operate in that position and I'm at the same time making myself susceptible to attack? Right? If I'm emotional, if I'm being vulnerable, my vulnerability is going to open me up to all enemies. No, I can't do that. But I can do, and what I must do if I'm going to build a healthy relationship with you, I have to be emotionally available, or I like to say emotionally naked. See, emotional nakedness means that I reveal a part of myself, Lady Charlene. I reveal a part of myself that I don't expose to other people. Oh, come on, somebody. This is some good old teaching on a Sunday night. I expose a part of myself that I keep hidden from everybody else, but I willingly share that part of myself with you. Right. And then, ladies, in order for us to do that and consistently do that, ladies, what we need from you in return is emotional maturity, because here is where so many men that I've counseled, and for those of you that don't know me, I am G. Hightower, the entanglement coach, and I bring you almost 22 years of pastoral counseling experience. So I ain't new to this. I'm real true to this. Every gray hair in this chinny chin chin has been earned. All right. And let me share this with you. I'm talking about men who are very successful. I'm talking about, I've been blessed, and I say this with great humility. I've been blessed to counsel with celebrities, with political leaders, with pastors and bishops and apostles. And one of the reasons why men are not always honest with you, ladies, is because you can't handle the truth. Now, this is not true for all women, but it is true for many, that when that man tells you the truth, you can't handle the truth. I was watching some silly asinine game that a woman who's young and married, they're in their 30s, this couple in their 30s, and they were playing this game, and they said, and she said it with her husband. Her husband didn't know the game, but he's like, okay, baby, what are you talking about? She said, let's play the game that we're going to, like a truth or dare kind of game that she's playing with her husband. Again, young couple in their 30s. And she said, now, when we say what we need to say, you don't get to react and I don't get to react. He said, okay. And the first thing this woman said to her husband, she said, you're not the best that I ever had. Ay, carambe. I'm like, what in the world? Who in the, who raised you, young woman? Why would you say something like that to your husband? Her husband was completely undaunted. He responded in the most nonchalant way, and what he said to her caused her to be rattled. And then she said something else. And then he said something. She said, "Yeah, well, I prefer taller men. You're not quite the height that I really prefer with the men that I like." She said, "I like white women." I mean, and by the time she said her third thing and he said his third thing, she was done. She says, "I don't want to play this game anymore." Now, see, you started that thing, but you weren't ready to finish that thing. Really, and I'm saying that humorously, family, but really, please don't play this game. If you care, if you really care about somebody, don't play this game, okay? Words do hurt. I know what we were taught as kids, the little nursery school rhyme, sticks and stones may break my bones, words never hurt. Words do hurt, all right? And this is one, yeah, Dr. CC, hamburger. I was like, this is the most asinine thing. And normally I don't make comments in all these silly reels that you watch, but I made a comment in that one. I said, this is totally asinine and non-productive if you really care about the person you're with. All right. Why would you do that? It's the most asinine thing ever. Optimum blessings, Bishop Joyce. So listen, let me get into these love nuggets tonight. We're going to cook these love nuggets real good. I'm going to grill them for you. Amen. I'm going to season it with some Cajun blackened seasoning on these grilled nuggets in here tonight. Y'all ready? We're talking about three things that may be keeping you from real love. Three things that may be preventing you from having real love. All right, here we go. Love nugget number one. These are all very important. Y'all get some notes now. Take some notes. Take some notes. Get your post-its. Get your iPad, your notepad, your journal. Get ready to take these love nuggets because these love nuggets are going to be rich in here tonight. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Love nugget number one. And I know you all probably get tired of me sharing this particular one, but it bears repeating. And this is true for both men and women. Love nugget number one of the things that's keeping you single, that's keeping you, preventing you from having real love, why you haven't really had a rich dating relationship in years. Here we go. Love nugget number one. Standards disguised, or excuse me, I should say, expectations disguised as standards. Now, standards, let me really draw the line here so that we can differentiate between what standards are and expectations. Standards should be based on God's word for those of us who are believers. Standards are principles, all right? And as we used to teach in our marketing class, we have standards and we have or excuse me, we have expectations and we have principles, all right? Um, or I should say, we have methods and we have principles. And we used to teach in our marketing class, methods are many, principles are few. Methods always change, principles never do. I want to present that in a relationship format, all right? Standards and expectations. Expectations are many, standards are few. Expectations always change, standards never do. We should never lower our standards because your standards should be based on morality, on spirituality, and your core values, right? So, as a believer, Lady Geraldine, as a believer, your standards should be based on God's word, right? Those are the unfading, unchanging things. Thank you, Dr. Cece. So a lot of us are single because our expectations are disguised as standards. Listen, you requiring somebody to make six figures, especially if you don't make six figures, you call that a standard. That's not a standard, that's an expectation. Because the reality is, most people in America are not making six figures. Y'all are too overly hyped and fascinated with social media. Social media got y'all believing that everybody is rich. Everybody's driving a Bentley, a Benz, or a Beamer, or a doggone Rolls Royce. Everybody ain't driving that. These people pulling up in Lamborghinis and Ferraris, they renting them things. All right. I know one of the number one luxury car dealers here in Atlanta. People be renting those cars and be pulling up to events and pulling up at meetings like that's like they own that thing. They renting that thing. Got y'all hoodwinked, got y'all bamboozled. All right. The reality is, most people in America, 80% of Americans are not making six figures. 80%. So it's okay to desire that and certainly have a plan in place that we're going to get to six, seven, and maybe even eight figures. It's okay to have that vision. God will do it for you if you're willing to put in the work and be disciplined to get it done. God will do it for you. All right. I have two friends who are multimillionaires and they don't even have a college education. One of my friends didn't even graduate from high school. He got a GED and he's an eight-figure earner. Okay. Awesome marketing genius. This brother's so awesome. I mean, he associates with big wigs, okay? Like Fortune 500 people and has done marketing for Fortune 500 companies. Eight-figure earner, GED from high school. He's just brilliant, all right? So this notion, however, of thinking that everybody's got to be at that level is unrealistic. It's an expectation that you have that you're disguising as a standard. That's not a standard. Okay. Your standard should be that we're going to abstain from sex until marriage, because sex before marriage clouds your judgment. Sex before marriage is going to significantly diminish your discernment. Oh yeah, it's going to be enjoyable. Hopefully it's enjoyable. I mean, if you're going to sin, at least it should be an enjoyable sin. Don't stay there though. You don't want to end up going to hell. You don't put all these years serving God and the rapture come and you sitting up in here fornicating. If you're gonna fornicate, go on and jump the broom and get married. Praise God. But seriously, family, listen, sex before marriage, it diminishes your discernment. There are certain things that you're not going to see. I know we all think that we're so mature, so wise, and so astute, and we got the game down pat. Listen, the game is undefeated. The game has been going on way longer than you've been alive, before you, before your mama, grandmama, great grandmama, and all them. The game is old. Okay. In this flesh dwelleth no good thing. So once we start involving ourselves in fleshly activities, then the flesh is going to take over. And there can't be spiritual revelation that comes out of fleshly activities. I'm going to say that again. That's going to save somebody's life. There can be no spiritual revelation that comes out of fleshly activities. All right. Somebody would say, well, no, well, God says your gifts and callings are without repentance. True. He doesn't take back the gift, but you can cause your gift to be inoperative by way of involving yourself in fleshly activities. It's just a reality. All right. So purity, somebody drop this in the chat for me. Purpose is discovered through purity. Purpose is discovered through purity. The more that we stay focused and being pure in our pursuit after God, pure and maintaining our focus and building your business, pure in your pursuit of your academic goals, getting that license, getting that certification. So you're elevating yourself, empowering and equipping yourself. Because when you elevate, guess what? Doors begin to open up for you, and now you have better choices. You have a better selection. For all of y'all that are complaining about the dating pool, guess what? The more you elevate, the more you build yourself up, you position yourself for a cleaner dating pool. You won't be swimming in the same pool with pee and feces in it, as long as you continue to elevate. That's spiritually, intellectually, emotionally, and physically. Hello? Thank you, Dr. CC. Hey, Rochelle, blessings to you, dear. So listen. So let's move on. Let's move on. Yes, thank you, Lady Charlene. So watch this. Let's go to the next love nugget. So let me just wrap a bow around this one. Expectations disguised as standards. Listen. What happens is, family, you've got to make sure that you maintain the standard, again, based on God's word. When we have all these unrealistic expectations, that's wrapped in fantasy island, okay? Fantasies and unrealistic expectations will keep you isolated. Standards will keep you protected in your purpose. All right. Let's get into it. Let's go further. Um, my friend Ron Pratt in the building. Ron Pratt said, horny moans will overpower wisdom when compromise positions have been allowed. Ooh, well stated, my brother, Apostle Ron Pratt, my brother, the Apostle from Alaska. Man, that's awesome. Good stuff, friend. Thank you for sharing that. Horny moans, not hormones, but horny moans will overpower wisdom. It's so true. Again, family, as I just stated, bless you, Michelle Hall. Premarital sex diminishes your discernment. No, you think you all of that in a smooth bag of chips, and you're so anointed that the oil is just dripping off your fingers. I got the oil of the anointment on my life. I can see things. Even if I slip and dip, I can still see. Okay. Good luck with that. I'm not even going to say God bless you. I'm going to say good luck. All right. Come on, Joyce. So, as Ron says, when you allow your horny moans to take over, it's going to overpower wisdom. It's going to overpower discernment. And it brings you into a place of compromise positions. All right. Let's go. Love nugget number 2. We're talking about 3 things that may be keeping you single up in here. All right. Here we go. Love nugget number 2. Unhealed soul wounds calls everything a red flag. Everything that you don't like about a person is a red flag. Guess what? Everything is not a red flag. But when I see people that calls every single thing a red flag, that is due to unhealed soul wounds, unhealed trauma. And so you're easily triggered when something comes across your way, something grabs your attention, or somebody operates in your space where your soul wounds of past pain, abandonment, past pain, betrayal, past pain, rejection, and when those soul wounds are triggered on the inside of you, or somebody scrapes off that scab and that soul wound has not been healed, you call everything a red flag. The way he dresses, you don't like it, it's a red flag. I have heard women accuse men of being gay or effeminate for the silliest things. And that's just you being triggered by your unhealed trauma. If a man stands up for himself, a woman states something and a man raises an objection, as a man should, and as real masculine men, most men will. Some of us men are cool, like we'll hear something crazy and disrespectful or rude from a woman. We'll pay her no, never mind. Usually I'm going to ignore her because the way I've trained my staff and the way I've trained people in leadership, we don't bring dignity to foolish questions and foolish statements, right? Don't even dignify it with a response. So usually I will ignore stuff like that unless I'm forced into a situation where I have to respond. Then I got to cut you. But when a woman is triggered by something, or let's flip it. Let's say when a man is triggered by something that he doesn't like. Oh, I don't like the way she did it. I don't like her hair. Oh, is that hair real? And all of those kind of silly questions. Well, what do you bring to the table? If you ever hear a real man say that, ladies, please notify me immediately. Please. But men who ask those kind of questions are men who are either insecure, they're battling with a lot of insecurities, or men who are wounded. And now their soul is so wounded, they're putting up guards around themselves and they're calling situations that are really just their own preferences or their own insecurities, and they're calling them red flags. Everything is not a red flag. You ain't got to like the way that woman is built. That doesn't mean that she's not beautiful. She's just not your flavor. She's just not your type, right? But there's not a red flag about her because of the way she's built. There's not a red flag about her because of her hair choice. That's just her preference, right? We call a lot of stuff red flags, but underneath how we feel and that so-called conviction that you have to call that a red flag, that a red flag, that's really oftentimes your own stuff, your own unhealed trauma, your own soul wound that has not been healed. And a lot of us Thank you, Dr. CC. A lot of us are dealing with unhealed soul wounds. And so now you hear women saying things like, oh, if he says something back, if I say something and he says something back, these men are sassy. These men are so sassy. These men are so zesty. A man is going to be a man, and he has a right to speak up on something if you say something that is cross, that's rude, or disrespectful. Real men stand up, period. Perhaps y'all are not used to real men. You're not accustomed to a masculine man. You're accustomed to being with timid men. So you say something and you feel like you should be able to say whatever you want to say and men should just be silent. That's the most asinine thing ever. I don't know any woman who's going to follow the leadership of a man who doesn't stand up when wrong is being presented or when he's confronted with wrong and he refuses to say something. Come on, man. I don't know what kind of men you're used to dealing with. Let me talk to my brothers real quick. Brothers, we have to be good caretakers for our women. Because if we don't make our women feel safe, where is she going to feel safe? Brothers, think about this. Within the last 12 to 15 months or so, we have over 300,000 Black women that have lost jobs, women who are educated, women who are highly qualified. If we don't stand up for them, who going to stand up for them? The system ain't going to stand up for them. The government ain't going to stand up for them. Who's going to stand up for our women if we don't stand up? We got to stand up for our women, right? So we can't have an expectation that the women should do this and the women should do that if we ain't stepping up and we are taking the position of leadership. Now that is a red flag, right? We got to take care of each other. But brothers, we've got to take the leadership role in making sure we take care of our women. And you're not a simp, and you're not a wimp, and you're not a punk for wanting to look out for a woman, even if she's not your woman. You're not. That's called being a good caretaker. And guess what, brothers? I'm gonna take you on a spiritual plane. You sowing the seed of kindness and care for another woman will cause a man to sow the seeds of kindness and care for your woman one day when she might be in trouble and you're not around. Maybe you might be traveling. Maybe you might be at home. She might be on her way home from work, on her way home from shopping, or on her way home from an event, and something happens. You would want a good man to show kindness to your woman and take care of her. So we got to sow the seeds of kindness for other women so that when our mom, our wife, our daughter, our niece, or sister is in a situation, we have somebody who's going to sow the seeds of kindness for her, right? Without any expectation of receiving something from that man, right? All right, let's go. Let's go to the next level. I know that got a little deep for some of y'all. Let's go to the next level. We're talking about three things that may be keeping us single. All right. I'm gonna give a bonus love nugget since y'all here on a Sunday night. I'm gonna give one love nugget for the man and one for the men and one love nugget for the women. Let me come to my sisters first. Ladies, this is a huge reason why a lot of y'all are single, and I really want to help y'all in here tonight. Hyper independence. Some of this music y'all gotta stop listening to. Some of these women and the music that they're producing, hamburger, I promise you. Y'all gotta stop listening to some of this stuff. Hyper independence, ladies. The whole never needing a man. Ladies, now let me bless you with this because I know some of you all don't say that. What I mean by not needing a man in hyper independence, it's that you do everything on your own and you don't allow for a man to help you, nor do you even ever ask for a man to help you. All right. Ladies, there's a lot of things that you can do on your own and you don't need the assistance of a man. But if a man is present, it's okay to let that man help you. It's okay to let that man open the door for you. Hyper independence will keep you single. Because guess what, ladies? Men need to feel needed. And if a man doesn't feel needed in your life, then why is he even here? Why is he here to be a blessing in your life if you make him feel like he doesn't need you? That you don't need him, right? Men need to feel needed. And it's not about stroking ego, Lady Yvette. Bless you, dear. It's not about stroking egos. It's just about real human exchange. That's another area, ladies, where you got to stop calling that a red flag, where speaking words of affirmation into a man or making your man feel needed. Like that's stroking a man's ego. That's a red flag. He must got some insecurity issues. He should be able to stand alone on his own. He shouldn't need my words of affirmation. He should be confident in himself. Words of affirmation is a real human need. You don't have to believe me. Google it. 73% of people that were interviewed in 1999, from 1999 to 2007, 73% of people interviewed in corporate America said they would rather have appreciation and affirmation consistently versus having a raise. 73% of corporate America. You ain't got to take my word for it. Google it. 73% of working class people in corporate America said they would rather have appreciation and affirmation from their superiors over a raise. You can give a person a raise all day long, give them incremental raises and da 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 da, but show them no respect, show them no appreciation, and it causes people to have a limited level of motivation. I learned this by working in management myself. When I was promoted into management, when I was in at Department of Defense, I was promoted in management. I was 24 years old. I had a staff of 18 people, and several of these men who were under me served in Vietnam. I'm 24 years old. What do I know about helping these men? And my staff had the worst rate of attendance out of any other shift. I had to figure out how to turn this thing around. I started fasting and praying, asking God to give me wisdom. Because how do I lead these men? These men served in a war. They served with my uncle in Vietnam. Hamburger, what do I do with these men? They didn't respect me. They said I was a young whippersnapper. They said I was a prima donna. So I had to figure out, I'm like, what do I do? And the first thing God told me, God says, honor them. When you show honor, what is reciprocated is respect. Oh my God in heaven, somebody's going to get blessed in here tonight. When you show honor, especially when you show honor to to people you don't have to honor. When you show honor, what gets reciprocated back to you is respect. It took me a while, but eventually I got that shift turned around. It was graveyard shift. I got that shift turned around. And guess what? It got to the point where I almost had zero call offs on the graveyard shift. Almost zero. Because we started doing this every Friday night. Boom, I brought food. So on Friday nights, boom, we got barbecue ribs, we got ice cream, and everybody, when they got a chance to take their lunch break, they came into the break room, boom, we got ribs, we got chicken. I started spending $50, $60, and then other people start bringing in food. So every Friday night, we start having a potluck. And people started having a greater level of appreciation and respect for their head person and greater attention and a motivation for the job. So, how much more would that happen for you in a relationship? Brothers, if you make sure your woman knows you appreciate her, it ain't always about spending money and buying wonderful, lavish gifts. Those are cool too. Sisters like a little something, something. But how about sending her just a little nice little handwritten note? How about just boom, sending her a little love letter, a little text message in the middle of the day? How about sending her some, you know, I don't know, some fruit edibles? What do they call them things? Edible arrangements? How about sending her some of those? Little things like that can go a long way. Ladies, men, we are so simple. Making some lunch for that brother, all right, that you prepared. It's cool to cash out him some money, but how about you making him some lunch that you prepared and put some love in that thing? Don't be giving him no little frozen chicken pot pie and put that in a Tupperware thing. No, make some real food. We as men is we're real simple. Real simple. All right. Let me give you this last love nugget, y'all, and then we gotta go. Talking about three things tonight that are helping us stay single. Hamburger. All right. I talked about hyper independence. Ladies, make sure your man feels needed. We as men will move mountains for the woman that makes us feel like we are your hero. We will move mountains for you when you make that man feel needed. All right. Here's one for the brothers. brothers, one of the things that's keeping us single and really preventing us from having connection with that beautiful woman that you really desire, guess what, brothers? This one is huge right here. Spiritual misalignment. Spiritual misalignment. I have talked to so many men who are chasing after the woman who is outwardly beautiful, but on the inside, she's a hot mess. Oh yeah, she's the hottie on Instagram. She's the hottie on social media. She's the hottest chick in the entertainment world or in the certain particular circles, your arenas where you guys hang out, fellowship, where you work, make money. Yeah, she's a hottie, but who is she on the inside? I see she looks good. She looks good on the outside. Oh, I see her. Yeah, I see her. Yeah, you showing pictures and da 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 da. Yeah, she's like candy. Oh, she looking real sweet. I see you, brother. I see you. But who is she on the inside? Because Hamburger, I saw her at an event and I saw her cussing somebody out. I saw her pulling off her earrings and taking off her shoes, getting ready to squab. She's about to throw hands, right? Who is she on the inside? I see how good she look on the outside. But God is taking you somewhere. You're elevating. And my question for you, sir, is does your woman's attitude match your potential altitude? Teach, Hightower, teach. God is taking you somewhere. God is taking you higher. Does her attitude match your altitude? Is she a woman whose heart is pure on the inside? She loves people. She's a servant. She loves God. She walks in a godly manner. Her speech and her conduct is of class, right? I mean, we can talk trash to each other privately, but how does she present herself publicly? Does she walk in kindness? Does she demonstrate patience? Or is she a woman who's short with people? Is she a woman who's quick to cut folks off? Brothers, oftentimes we are chasing after Delilahs, and them Delilahs will destroy your destiny. I'm encouraging you, brothers, this year in 2026, flip the script. Stop looking for the chick with the BBLs. Man, them women, brother, those are the fun girls, okay? And by this age, on the other side of 40, and certainly on the other side of 50, we should be done with the fun girls, okay? You should be done with that, bruh. For real. You should be done with the fun girls. At this age, you got to be looking for a woman who's your purpose partner. And that may require us to die. Oh, yes, brothers, I said it. And I'm living it. I got to die too. All of us. At this age, you got to be willing to die to your preferences so you can connect with the woman who's aligned with your purpose. Being misaligned spiritually will keep us off track. She ain't going to help you make more money. Listen, she might help you make more money at the beginning because she's introducing you to all these people in her circle, but she ain't tell you that she's dating a couple of them brothers in that circle. She done slept with a couple of brothers in that same circle. Do you really want to be connected to the hottie who has slept with several brothers in the same circle you were rolling in? Really? You want to be with her? I know it seems cool at first because she tied you into that deal. Boom, you was a six-figure deal for you. Boom, she tied you into that real estate transaction. Boom, you made another 5 figures off of that. It feels good at first. Oh yeah, boom, she's coming with the expensive stuff. Oh, bam, she brought you a nice Louis Vuitton scarf. You know what I'm saying? Boom, she got you a nice watch and some boom, $400, $500 cologne and all of that. Oh, that seems cool at first. But you find out that she done slept with old boy and old boy, 2 or 3 dudes in the same arena, in the same circle. Do you really want that, bruh? You're going to find out she's really not your woman. It's just your turn. I submit to you, brothers, connect with a sister who don't have a reputation for sharing her cookies with everybody. Get with that virtuous woman. She might not be the ideal you might not be the ideal model on Instagram or on social media, whatever, but she will be the woman that's equipped to help you prosper. She will be the woman who will be a carrier of your vision. She will be the woman that can help you birth your dreams. Oh, I'm telling you what I know, bruh. I'm telling you what I know. Now you got to trust God in this process. Trust me, God ain't gonna give you no booger wolf. Ladies, y'all stop tripping. Well, if I don't get 6'4" and he's this and he's that and he's got the muscles and the six pack and the six figures, then God's gonna give me an ugly man. No, he ain't gonna give you no booger wolf. But God may give you more than the man that you need. He just might not be packaged in the way that you think. One of my beautiful sisters who's on her way to being a multimillionaire real estate developer, um, God blessed her with a white man who's actually maybe an inch or two shorter than her. But when I tell you that man loves the ground she walks on, is a good father figure to her children, ain't never complained the fact that she's got two or three children from a previous marriage, and has helped push her into her dream as a real estate developer and investor. Huh. What would you like? A man who's going to help you prosper and brings peace and serves as a protector for your household? Or do you want your ideal dream boat man who doesn't pour into you, doesn't push you into your purpose, and only wants you as a trophy girl to serve his purpose, but he never pours into yours? And in the midst of all that, he doesn't make you feel peaceful. He keeps you stressed out. Which one would you choose, ladies? Listen, next Saturday, March 7th, Gala, Rochelle, this is for you. Preparing for Real Love. This is our 4-week relationship intensive that we're doing next Saturday, March the 7th. Every Saturday during the month of March, March 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. I got 2 classes each Saturday, one at 12 p.m. Eastern, one at 8 p.m. Eastern. And this class is going to be life changing. We're going to expose our relationship blind spots. We're going to talk about the stuff that we need to do to get our souls right, our soul healed, so we're ready for our soulmate. And this 4-week intensive is only $97, y'all. All right? That's not even $25 a week. You spend way more money than that on your lunch breaks. Come on, somebody. Listen, this is going to be life changing for you. All right. Gayla, this is exactly where you need to be, my beautiful sister. Rochelle, this is exactly where you need to be. It's only $97. Boom. You can register by going to my website, or you can go right there. I'm sorry. It's not up on the website yet, but we will have it up on the website. I got a person that's going to be working with me to load it up because I've been trying to do it on my own and I have not been successful. So I've got 2 links for you to register for this great course that's starting next Saturday, March 7th. All right. Again, we're teaching it all throughout. It's a 4-week relationship intensive that's going all throughout the week. All throughout the month of March. All right. If 2026 is your year and you know you're ready for real love, you need to get this course. You need to get in this group coaching. All right. I promise you it's going to be life changing. Now, what if I can't be there, Dr. G? Guess what? Register anyway, because every class is recorded via Zoom and you'll get the replays of it. And for those of you that are available, you can attend both the afternoon and the evening sessions. Both sessions will be available to you. All right. Evening and in the noontime. Excuse me. Yeah. Evening and in the noontime. All right. Every Saturday for the whole month of March. All right. So boom. Venmo, Cash App, GTH Global, the number 7. Venmo, Cash App, GTH Global, the number 7. Again, it's only $97. It's going to be life changing for y'all. All right. Get in there and get it. I promise you. It's going to get you ready. All right. Preparing for Real Love. It's our relationship group coaching. All right, y'all. Listen. Yes, it is a group environment, Rochelle. It is a group environment. And thus the very low price of $97 for the entire 4 weeks. All right. So get in here and get it. The spaces are limited. Last time that I did this particular group coaching was February of 2024. I had 58 women register for that course, and it was just too big. But I started this particular group coaching all the way back in 2022. And from the time that I started this all the way up till now, we now have 4 women that are married and 3 women that are engaged to be married Two of them are getting married this year, including Bishop Joyce Lewis, who just got married. She went through our course in February of 2024, which was a very long course. Um, and Bishop Joyce is one of my awesome students who came through that course. And at 71 years young, she got engaged, and she is now a happily married woman. Just got married in June of 25. All right. So we have fruit. We have success stories. We have God written love stories that have come through this course. And I promise you, it'll be life changing for y'all. So if y'all really ready and you want to stop talking about it and be about it, this is the class for you. This 4-week relationship group coaching intensive, preparing for real love. All right. It starts next Saturday, March 7th. Limited spaces, limited time. Once I get to my cutoff point, that's it. It's a wrap because we have a real deep Q&A session. The class is interactive. It's not just a lecture. It's a very interactive class, and we have Q&A afterwards. And I always want to make space for that. So um, we'll limit this class because 58 women that I had in that group coaching the last time I did it, it wore me out. I had to take a little mini sabbatical. It was good. It was fruitful and productive, but it wore me out. Those of you that really know how to teach and impart, you know, it takes a lot out of you. All right. So there it is, fam. There's the information right there. Again, you can register via Cash App or Venmo. It'll be loaded up on my website tomorrow as I'll have a tech working with me to get it loaded up on our website, which is readytoloveagain.com. That's readytoloveagain.com. But in the meantime, if you want to register tonight, it's only $97. And those are the two links where you can register. GTH Global, the number 7, via Cash App or Venmo. Matter of fact, let me put it in the chat real quick for those of you that might want to register tonight. Give me one hot second. I'm going to get that for you right now. Boom. Get this to you right now. Give me one hot second, family. I'll drop it in the chat here. Boom, boom, boom. And you know what? While I'm doing this, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop your questions in the chat and I will. Amen, Bishop Joyce. If you have any questions, relationship questions, dating questions, marriage questions, sex questions, go ahead and drop your questions. I'll take 2 or 3 minutes. And if you have a question, drop it in the chat. I'll be glad to answer it to the best of my ability. Okay. I don't have all the answers, but whatever answer I don't have, I will go and get it for you. All right. I will research, I will study, and I will get the answer for you. All right. Get the answer for you. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Uh-oh. 28. 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. Boom, boom, boom. Bam. All right. Do I have any questions? Any questions in here tonight? Any questions? Any questions? Boom, 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 boom. I love that, Bishop Joyce. Bishop Joyce says, I was a wife in waiting and I became a wife, not just got married. Come on, somebody. I am amazed at how many people are getting married just for the sake of uh, physical desires being met or financial security. I'm like, people still do that foolishness? People not marrying for real love? Like, wow, that's a waste. It really is. But to each his or her own. But I say it's a waste. Okay, boom. All the information is there now. So I'm going to pin it here in the chat. Bam. All right, bam. All right, so there it is. There's all the information right there. You can literally click on that link right there and it will take you right there so you can register. You can do that right away. Okay. Boom. Preparing for Real Love, March 7th through the 28th. That's every Saturday at 12 p.m. and at 8 p.m. The same class that we teach on week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, whatever we teach at 12 p.m., we'll be teaching the same thing at 8 p.m. All right. However, whether you decide to come to either one or attend both, you are totally, if you register, you're welcome to attend both. Okay. 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. every Saturday in the month of March. All right. Love you, family. Abundant blessings to you. You can click on that link and go ahead and register and get signed up tonight. And in the meantime, y'all stay blessed. Those of y'all that are ready for love in 2026, listen, don't let this time pass you by. The late, great Kobe Bryant said something so powerful, and I believe he said it weeks before he passed away. And he said, the biggest mistake we make in life is thinking we have plenty of time. Don't let time pass you by, fam. It's your time for real love. Let's get ready for it. It's your brother G Hightower. We'll see you later by God's grace.